Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 2 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for today. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of last night's video, right after the intro. Alright y'all, before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm as always, alright? So let's get started. Right off the bat, we have the SPY right now. It failed to touch 41.40, alright? It failed to touch it, unfortunately. I am cautious. I think some people may want to take their money sooner rather than later. Alright, we had an incredible run here, but it's kind of struggling on the 3-minute. I know it's the 3-minute, and I know we should be looking on the bigger time frame, right? But we are traders, and we don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the trade. So I will tell y'all right now, since we had such a massive move, that y'all should be very, very cautious. For all of you who made money throughout the last week and a half, consider taking some money off the table and paying yourself. It's very, very important, right? Now, let's talk about the top 2 stocks for this video. The first one that we're going to be addressing today, that stock is ROKU. All right, and for all of you who have been subscribing to the channel, we made plenty of money on ROKU right back here, right over here. All right, and so far it's been doing great. It's been consolidating, and it wants to go back up again. Yesterday had a pretty solid day, and today I think it will continue on again. If there is no sell-off, this thing is gonna run. All right, it's getting closer to that $400 mark, which I told you guys last week. That's why this giant circle is over here. I told you guys that we were gonna get in here close to 400, and plus some other analysts told you guys that they put out their news over here in the news section, and it was imminent. It was inevitable. This thing was gonna reach 400, and honestly, I think it might. So keep this one on your watch list. If you're not already long on this one, there may be some money to be made before there is some kind of turbulence. All right, now the next one that I think that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for today, which looks pretty good, it's looking quite well. That stock is Plug, PLUG. All right, and yesterday I mentioned Plug briefly, and I told you guys that it is at a phenomenal level of support, which is very tempting for all long-term investors and traders alike. Right now it's spiking pre-market. It's only up by 70 cents since yesterday's close, which is not terrible. It's not bad at all. All right, it's really, really not bad. And there isn't any news attached to this one whatsoever. So keep this one on your watch list for a potential long all the way up to $32, maybe $31.70, maybe somewhere around here, just anywhere over here, right? So keep it on your watch list. I'm not bearish on Plug at all, especially after this massive drop. This is the part where short sellers tend to take their money off the table. We may see a little drop to $29.50 before you run up. Keep that in mind. It may happen. All right, but overall, I think it dropped quite enough, and I think that it's ready to bounce. So that is the second one that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for today. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. Now the very first one that we're going to be covering, that stock is Tesla. Let's talk about Tesla. Once again, congrats to anybody who were extra greedy and held overnight, right? And right now it looks like it wants to fall off a little bit. Is it gonna fall all the way down to 720? I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm really not. All right, I just asked a question. I'm not trying to scare y'all. Is it gonna drop all the way down there? I don't think so. I don't think so. The market is pulling back a little bit. All right, just like I mentioned 5 minutes ago, it failed to hit that 41.40, and it's just in the back of my mind. Will I be taking some money off the table? Yes. All right, because paying yourself is essential. It's a good thing, right? You did great. Stock did exactly what you wanted. If you're holding the calls, don't forget to pay yourself. All right. Could it go all the way up to $800? Maybe, right? Maybe, but could it go there? Yes, I think it can go there. But as for me, I will be paying myself some. I might like leave one contract in there just to see what happens next, maybe. All right, or I might just get rid of all of it and then get back in later if I want to. Again, the job is done. This is what I wanted out of the stock. So, yeah, that's my very honest opinion of it. Again, do what you want with it, and it's your money. You do what you want with your money. The next one that we're going to be talking about in this video, I don't think that one is out yet, but let's see, coin. Yeah, it's not out yet, but I don't know. I think their IPO is today. I think it's today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's today. So, to the people who are asking about Coinbase, since it's not out yet, let's go back to Tesla. So, in regards to Coinbase, I don't trade IPOs. I'm sure that when it's gonna come out the gates, it's not gonna have options to trade, right? So if you're jumping in right out the gates, right as soon as it launched the IPO, you're going in completely blind. Because keep in mind that there are people who have been investing in the stock way, way, way before you. All right, way before you, for years before it's about to go public, and they've been putting in like news after news about their earnings in anticipation of like just to like prop up their value as they get into the open, like as soon as they start the IPO. And honestly, some people may want to take their money off the table, right? So that's number one that you should be considering. People might want to take their money off the table. It may flush or right at the gates. Okay. Number two, it doesn't have options, which means that I'm not touching it. If I don't see a chain that allows me to multiply my account, I'm not touching that stock. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna wait for the dust to settle to see what happens, and then when that chain comes out, then I will cover it to see, like, to assess the situation and see what it looks like at that time. But as of all of you who are subscribed to this channel, going into IPOs as soon as they come out is not intelligent. It's not smart. And if you're a beginner, I don't think you should do it. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, which I'm staying away and I'm on the sidelines until dust settles. There's a lot of hype around it. So be very, very careful with your money. And yeah, that's my thoughts on coin to the people who asked about it. The next one that we're going to be talking about in this video, that stock is BABA. And BABA right now is doing quite well. It had a nice gap up here and it consolidated. It didn't give up all of its gains yesterday. So it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. If there isn't a sell-off or if the market just stays steady and doesn't move anywhere, then BABA has a chance to go to 250 today. I'm not bearish on it. And I think somebody asked like yesterday or 2 days ago, could we see a runaway gap? And honestly, yeah, I think so. I think this is a runaway gap. And for all of you who have no clue what I'm talking about, a runaway gap is when we see a giant gap like this, right? And then it never falls down. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. It just doesn't come back. It leaves everybody behind. All right, a perfect example of that is, I think Sono did that. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. It runs away and it gaps up and it just runs away. It never stops. It just keeps going and going and going. So in regards to BABA, I'm not bearish at all. I think it's gonna hold steady or it's gonna run away from everybody. Right? So that's my very honest opinion for BABA. And the last stock that we're going to be covering in this video, somebody has been asking about this stock for a while. That stock is a CRM. And CRM, again, if you've been buying the stock, right? I hope you bought the stock and then asked a question. I hope you did, because it followed the market just like your Square, just like your Amazon, just like your just like the popular stock like the Roku, right? The stock that we've been mentioning on this channel just like all of them. So if I didn't answer your questions earlier, like, just I hope you just held, because this was some nice money to be made on here. Could it go slightly higher towards 235 today? I think it may. I think it may. Again, if we don't see a sell off, and hopefully if 4140, that level on the spy, if that level breaks, then more money could be flooding in into this market. All right. So yeah, that's my very honest opinions on the stock. Oh, also last piece is that Dogecoin Dogecoin reached its price targets. All right. And I also put out a little thread on Twitter regarding Dogecoin. See, 14 cents. And right now, short sellers got annihilated. I told y'all, I gave you a warning, like, don't short this thing. And people who had got in after my tweet, don't get too greedy. Remember, pay yourself. It's essential. Okay. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate, destroy, obliterate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these pre-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the morning, 15 minutes before the market opens. This one might be released at like 8:20 because it's 8:04 right now, and YouTube is kind of slow sometimes. Yeah, and the post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, I left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with Webull. Use my very first link in the description below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video, alright? Enjoy the outro.